What's up, family? Man, whew, haven't made a video talking about crystals in a while. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since I've really talked about crystals. And that's what this video is going to be about, but stay with me. I promise you, it's going to be a lot of life applications. This video is going to be able to bless you and encourage you, man, if you have a mindful ear, if you have an attentive ear, and an open and receiving spirit. Man, to my flower agates. Man, on July 22nd, I found this crystal at the beach. Um, Seen this crystal around a lot. Not this particular crystal, but this type of crystal. And I've never messed with this. I've never really liked it, if the truth be told. Um, just wasn't feeling it. I found this buried in the sand. It was just slightly uncovered. I moved it with my foot to see what it was. Um, Still couldn't recognize what it was. Bent down, picked it up, and was blown away. You know what I mean? Man, we're gonna get into this little piece of beauty in a second. It's a trip because flower agate. It's from Madagascar, and it talks about being a flower agate. There's brain fart. So within this crystal, we have what we call like seeds and flowers. Seeds and flowers. And this is the part of life that, man, this is us. This is us. Every one of us are in different stages of our journey. And the trip is you could be at one stage in this process, in this area, and another stage in a different area. Stay with me. I'm going to go somewhere. It's going to get kind of deep. Okay. It's going to get kind of deep. I'm just fair warning. You know what I mean? And so when you look at this crystal, it's a trip because it seems so chaotic. Like things are just like all over the place, right? Um, and the trip is everything in life is connected. Everything in life is connected. We don't understand the connection. We don't understand the divine oneness. Stay with me. We're going somewhere. I just made a video. Yesterday, released the video. When you see this video, it'll have been yesterday. You know what I mean? That I released another video talking about divine oneness, talking about the laws, the 12 laws of the universe. And that was my previous video out, divine oneness. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. We have to grow up. We have to understand that. There are no coincidences. Everything is connected. And it's a trip that I'm having this conversation talking about this crystal today, right after putting out that video, Divine Oneness. Why? Back in March 18th to be exact, my world was flipped upside down. Completely devastated. Thrown away, rejected, thrown out. You know what I mean? I didn't have anything but the clothes on my back. Stay with me. I'm going to go somewhere, I promise you. 4 months later, from not having anything, from being rejected, for being unwanted, for being abandoned, from being abandoned, 4 months later, not having a place to stay, sleeping on a train, I was at my rock bottom. I was done. I was done. I was done with humanity. I was done with love. I was just done. That was it for me. And in 4 months. And the trip is, when I found this crystal, July 22nd, it was 4 months and 4 days since I hit rock bottom. 4 months, 4 days. Google or look up the spiritual implications or spiritual meaning of the number 44. 4 months, 4 days. Everything is connected. 4 months, 4 days since I was thrown away, since I was abandoned, since I was rejected. I find this piece of beauty. Properties of this. This helps with your root chakra, helps with your heart chakra, the flower agate. It gives you what you need, and it helps you like a mothering has like a mothering properties where it's nurturing, it's compassionate, it's soothing. It helps you release tension, bottled up tension. It helps you become your greatest version. You heard me talking earlier about within this crystal, there are little seeds. Not this one, but there are two little tiny seeds right there. Okay, and there's several more too, but these are clearer. Right, my fingers there. There's two little faint seeds, and this crystal represents from going from a seed to reaching your full potential, to becoming a flower. I'll talk a lot about, man, just transitions in life. And see, it's the trip is, again, everything is connected. We just don't take the time to get in alignment with God, Source, the universe, the Most High, to understand divine timing, to understand the divine oneness, to understand, man, what does all of this mean? See, we go through shit, but we don't understand it. And we keep going through the same shit over and over and over because we never take the time to get connected and to ask and understand what are the lessons. We just want to get out of this shit. We just want the pain and the chaos to stop. If we never take the time to understand the lessons and the significance of this season, of this situation. 4 months, 4 days from hitting rock bottom. And so one of the things that I had to come to grips with, one of the things that I learned and what I realized was that that season that came to an end. The season, when you look at the year, the calendar year, you look at the weather, the year, we have winter, spring, summer, fall. 4 seasons. Everything is cyclical. It's connected. Keeps coming around. It is divine time. My season of going through that chaos, my season of being broken and frustrated and pissed and hurt and abandoned and unloved and da 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 da. My season with this situation that came to an end. I had transitioned from being angry and pissed and a victim. I had healed and moved beyond that and grown beyond that back into this beacon of love, a flower, if you will. We have to understand that as we go through life, we get what we need. We get what we need. There's said differently. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I never messed with these crystals before. Flower agates. Didn't like them. Wasn't feeling it. When I needed it, it appeared. I didn't have to go looking for it. I didn't have to get online to buy one. I didn't have to go to somebody's Etsy store or any other. It appeared. divine timing, divine oneness. We're all connected. You've heard I made several videos about paying attention to the signs, hearing the voice of God. It's all the same thing. When you pay attention, when you're in alignment, you can see the signs. When you're in alignment, you can hear the voice of God. When you're in alignment, the teacher appears. You understand the lessons. You understand the reason. July 22nd, 4 months, 4 days after I was thrown away, this baby appears. It has a nurturing effect, a calming effect. And the trip is, if I could be completely honest with you guys, I meditate with this crystal. I meditate with other crystals too. But this crystal, and I didn't even understand why. When I found this crystal, I didn't even know what it was. Didn't know what it was. Put it all over social media, asking my crystal gurus and everybody else, man, chop it up with me. Let me know about this crystal. What is this? And they told me what it was. I started doing my own research. Okay. It's no coincidence that I find it on this day. 4 months, 4 days. After the love of my life, my everything threw me away. 4 months, 4 days. I picked this up at the beach, just walking. One of the things that I do with this crystal, it's gonna sound weird, but I've heard a lot of people, let me backtrack for a second. I hear a lot of people talk about, man, you got to speak into your crystals and you got to get your crystals, you got to sage them and cleanse them and da. And you got to speak into them. You got to tell them, you got to program them. You got to tell them what you want them to do for you. And I hear a lot of people say that. I don't do that. And what I mean, I don't tell my crystals what I want them to do for me. I think that's kind of arrogant. Just me. I think that's arrogant. I ask my crystals. I ask God, source, the universe, man, this crystal's been around a whole lot longer than I have. This crystal has seen far more than I have. This crystal's been around years. I'm 53. That's nothing compared to how long this crystal's been around. How long it's taken this crystal to change and to grow into this. A lot of people don't think that crystals grow. To each their own. Think what you want to think. Crystals grow. Crystals change. And so, 4 months, 4 days after hitting rock bottom, I discovered this. And I didn't even understand why I had it. I didn't even understand why it showed up in my life at that time. I know that 2 days before, I was talking to a young lady on the phone, and I was telling her, man, I'm going to manifest finding a crystal. We was talking, having a conversation. She was talking about how her daughter finds crystals a lot. And it's like, man, I've never found crystals like that for the most part. I found a few black obsidian in people's yard that they've allowed me to keep. But as far as just like other random crystals, I've never found any. And I was like, man, I'm manifesting that. I'm speaking that into existence. I'm going to find a crystal. I had no idea it was going to be this. But this came when I needed it to. This came the date that I needed it to. You get what you need. I just didn't understand the significance of it. I just thought, oh man, I manifested a crystal and buy out here. This one popped up. But of all the crystals, why this one? Out of all the crystals, Why flower agate? The trip is, in the past, I've rejected flower agate. In the past, I didn't want to fuck with flower agate. It didn't seem attractive to me. It didn't seem appealing to me. It didn't seem like anything that I wanted in my collection. And I got hundreds of crystals. This wasn't one of the ones that I wanted. And the irony is, I was rejected, thrown away. 4 months later, a crystal that I rejected, I didn't want, appeared in my life. You get what you need. I was going through a season of not having a place to stay, not having any security, um, nothing. You know what I mean? All my basic survival needs, my root chakra was thrown into chaos. That's the root chakra, man, your survival, your basic needs in life. My heart was thrown into chaos. All at one time. 4 months, 4 days later, I get a crystal. And the chakras that this crystal work with are represent the root chakra and the heart chakra. The two areas of my life that was fucked up. You know what I mean? That was just thrown into chaos 4 months before. And what this symbolized, as I've done studies and just meditated with it, one of the things that I do with this crystal, honestly, is, man, I'll sleep with this crystal. I'll sleep holding this crystal in my hand every night. Every night. And the trip is 4 represents seasons, change. One of the things that 4 represents is seasons and change. It's like your weather. Not your weather, your weather. You have winter, summer, spring, fall, right? And so what this will show me, man, Elijah, your season of going through that is over. You're done. You've gone from a seed and you blossom into a flower. Elijah, you've gone and you've grown. You've done what you needed to do. You've done what you needed to do. And to show you that you've done what you needed to do, here's this crystal. This crystal is here to show you, man, you've put in the work. This crystal is here to show you, man, Elijah, your root chakra, it's stable now. It's okay now. Your heart chakra, from being broken and rejected and abandoned and da-da-da-da, you're good now. I've never had a mother figure in my life for the most part. Again, I lost my mom when I was 2. And this crystal came and brought in this calming peace of letting me know it was as though my mom was wrapping her arms around me. And this is what I felt in so many of my meditations. I got you. You're good. You're good. You're not just good. You're great. Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done. And so often, so many of us, we go through things in life and we don't understand the work that we've put in. We know we've put in work, but we don't understand the amount of work we put in. We don't really understand how much we've changed, how much we've grown, how much we've blossomed. Flower agate. We don't understand how much we've blossomed because we're so hard on ourselves. we're our own worst enemies. And so I've had to take time to reflect. I don't have everything that I want, but I have everything that I need. Beautiful place. Beautiful place where I reside at. And one of the things that this showed me was Elijah. In 4 months, in 4 months, look at what you've done. Look at what you've accomplished. Going from being at your rock bottom to now. In those 4 months, I secured a place, all brand new furniture, a bunch of other stuff that I have that I've been able to purchase. In 4 months, I've gone from being bitter and angry and hateful back to loving, back to nurturing, back to compassionate, back to giving. You don't understand the power that you possess. You don't understand how much and how fast your life can change for the better. You have no clue. But you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to be completely honest with yourself. You got to be willing to sit back and say, dang, it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. This crystal, flower agate. Man, I'm humbled by the fact that it appeared in my life when it did. I'm blown away by that fact. I'm blown away by the fact that I felt so rejected, so unwanted. And 4 months later, I pick up a crystal that I had been rejecting and not liking. Karma. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. But that's another universal law that we'll talk about later. We have to grow up. We have to understand that there is a connection in everything that's going on in our lives. Everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen. Everything is happening when it's supposed to happen. Divine oneness. We're connected. I'm connected to this crystal. I didn't even know this crystal existed. I didn't even know the properties or the benefits of this crystal. But it appeared when I needed it. It appeared when it was supposed to. I didn't have to fight for it or anything else. Divine timing. It appeared when it's supposed to. Divine oneness. We're connected. We have to grow up. We have to learn how to sit back, release all of the negative energy, release the toxic energy from the pains and the traumas we've experienced in life. We have to humble ourselves and ask God, Source, Universe, what am I supposed to learn? What am I supposed to learn? Why am I going through this? Not why as I'm better than this. But why? What's the lesson? What's the purpose? I hope and pray that I've said something to encourage you, to inspire you. Namaste.